Hola, bienvenidos. Esta es la noche que todos estábamos esperando. El torneo universitario llega a su fin y para estos dos equipos es el final de un viaje increíble. La energía que reina en el pabellón es contagiosa.
Aquí tenemos al equipo visitante contra los locales.
Bueno, esta noche vamos a disfrutar de un baloncesto muy intenso, de alta energía, ya que estos dos equipos universitarios se lo juegan todo. Todo aquello para lo que estos jóvenes jugadores han estado trabajando se centra en este momento.
Jorge, seguro que todos y cada uno de los jugadores que hoy van a saltar al parqué son conscientes de la importancia que reviste este encuentro. Y una de las claves para tener éxito es la forma de afrontarlo. Es fundamental sobreponerse a la presión del momento. Pronto veremos cuál de estos dos equipos logra hacerlo mejor y puede llevarse el gato al agua.
Es una situación habitual en todos los partidos por el título. Los jugadores salen a 200 por hora durante los primeros minutos. Necesitan conservar la calma y meterse en el ritmo del partido.
Uno de los jugadores que hay que seguir en este partido es Freck. Es el líder de su equipo y si sale entonado y mantiene la intensidad, podría bastar para que conquistaran el título.
Anota Evans.
Y aquí consiguen la primera canasta del encuentro.
Está bien marcar el tono al principio.
Freck con el balón. ¡Espeluznante!
A eso se le llama acabar una jugada con estilo.
Sencillamente fantástico.
Creo que se la ha estado guardando para una ocasión especial.
Le llega el balón a Decker. Hawkins le ofrece un bloqueo. Tira desde la corona. Lo atrapa Harrell.
El tiro era bueno. La defensa no puede relajarse tanto y esperar que...
¡Mamma mía!
¡Brutal! ¡Brutal!
¿Qué temporada ha cerrado este equipo ganando el campeonato universitario? Ha sido un año azaroso, especialmente para Freck, que ha superado los diversos baches que ha encontrado en el camino.
Y hay que pensar que esto solo es el principio. Por cómo juega y los logros que ha obtenido, todo apunta a que tendrá una carrera profesional larga y productiva.
Aquí tenemos material para las repeticiones, pero una simple bandeja habría sido igual de eficaz.
Freck con el balón. Le toca defender a Hill. Con la bola Freck. Solo 5 segundos en el reloj. Max. Falla la bandeja.
Gran acción defensiva en la zona.
Se encontró con un muro insuperable. Es un gran defensor.
No es bueno el tiro de Evans. Freck con el balón. Defendido por Hawkins. La juega Freck. Tira desde lejos. Falla su segundo tiro de campo de 4 intentos. El balón le llega a Hill. Lo atrapa Harrell. Y aquí está Freck. Desde más allá de la línea. La mete.
Una de las grandes dudas que tiene la gente es si Freck aguantará un año más antes de dar el salto a la NBA. Los jugadores de su calibre siempre dan el salto, pero él lo está meditando seriamente.
Bueno, está claro que Freck también valora el aspecto educativo del deporte universitario, así que para él tiene sentido aguantar una temporada más. Sin embargo, su valor en el draft se está disparando y este podría ser su último partido como jugador universitario.
El balón le llega a Rozier. White. Roba ese balón Kaminsky. Y salen a la contra. Hawkins. Y convierte 2 puntos fáciles. El mérito es del pase.
La asistencia vale la mitad de esa canasta.
Freck y su equipo intentarán repetir los éxitos conquistando el título. El año pasado lideró a su conjunto del instituto hasta ganar el campeonato.
Si analizamos la carrera en el instituto de Freck, es bastante impresionante. 4 veces All-American y de forma unánime. Ya ha ganado títulos antes, pero esto no es como el baloncesto a nivel de instituto.
Y no consigue sacar fruto desde la línea de personal.
Unos 7 segundos de margen entre el reloj de posesión y el del partido.
La defensa es un queso gruyere, está llena de agujeros. Están encontrando espacios en la pintura.
Ya llevan 4 canastas seguidas en la zona. Deberían tener en cuenta que muy pocos jugadores de la NBA fallan desde tan cerca.
Freck con el balón.
Lleva 7 puntos en el partido.
El balón le llega a Rossier. Freck.
El triple no alcanza el objetivo. El partido está empatado.
Y la segunda mitad de este gran partido está a punto de ponerse en marcha. Hay un ambiente de campeonato. Falta medio partido para ver qué ocurre en este gran choque de baloncesto universitario.
En un partido por el título como este esperábamos una disputa igualada. No creo que ninguno de los dos logre despegarse en el marcador.
Los partidos tan apretados como este suelen forjar leyendas. Si en la segunda parte brilla un jugador como Freck, cimentará su legado como uno de los mejores jugadores universitarios de la historia.
Uno de los focos de atención de este partido por el título es que un chico llamado Freck podría aumentar su valoración en el draft. Una victoria hoy podría catapultarlo a lo más alto para muchos equipos.
Los ojeadores saben que solo es un partido, pero quieren ver cómo se defienden los grandes escenarios. Saber que un jugador es capaz de brillar en los momentos decisivos es una gran virtud a ojos de los general managers.
Menuda exhibición con el pase. 8 de sus 10 últimos puntos han sido asistidos.
Se conocen a la perfección, están pasando el balón muy bien en ataque y siempre encuentran al jugador desmarcado.
Freck con el balón.
Lleva 9 puntos en el partido. La ha rozado.
Hill.
Y convierte la bandeja a tablero.
Están siendo demasiado blandos en la zona. Permiten demasiados puntos en la pintura.
Estoy completamente de acuerdo, Anthony. Han anotado 10 de sus últimos 12 puntos.
Aquí tenemos a Hawkins.
Le ofrece un bloqueo. Lanza un triple.
Lo atrapa Harrell.
Buen bloqueo, pero no pudo aprovecharlo.
Hay que recompensar el buen bloqueo de tu compañero con una canasta.
Este partido sigue en el aire. Ahora es cuando se empieza a distinguir a los niños de los que ya se han convertido en adultos. Ahora es cuando nacen los héroes.
Un equipo intenta materializar la victoria, el otro forzar la prórroga. Es el momento de confiar en tus estrellas. Es el momento de darle el balón a Freck en cada ocasión que tengas.
El balón le llega a Evans.
A la banda izquierda, Hawkins. Ha intentado replicar con otro triple, pero no anota.
Freck con el balón. Defendido por Hawkins. Freck.
El triple no entra.
El balón le llega a Payton. La juega Evans.
Colocan un bloqueo. A la zona, Hawkins. Le llega un pase espectacular y anota la bandeja.
Está contribuyendo de forma regular al ataque.
Freck con el balón. Cubierto por Payton. El balón le llega a Mack.
Tiro desde la parte alta de la zona.
Y da en la diana. Canasta.
Cambia de opinión en el último segundo y asiste a su compañero.
Evans con el balón. El balón le llega a Hill.
Encesta la bandeja a tablero.
3 canastas seguidas en la zona. Lo hacen parecer fácil.
Y fácil no es, pero lo cierto es que la defensa tampoco se lo está poniendo demasiado difícil.
Aquí tenemos a Hawkins. Tiene el balón Evans. Bloqueo. Y provoca la falta en el tiro. Acudirá a la línea de personal.
Les quedaba una falta para el bonus, pero habría sido mejor que el equipo no lo pagara con puntos.
Sí, es mejor no hacer una falta de tiro.
Y el tiro libre no entra. Y el segundo entra. Se colocan 2 arriba.
En un partido tan igualado no puedes perdonar los tiros libres. Ahora necesitan una buena defensa.
Freck. La enchufa y empatan.
Tiene una frialdad increíble, Sixto. Vive para los grandes tiros.
Ahora hay 5 segundos de margen entre el reloj de posesión y el del partido. El balón le llega a Hawkins. La juega Evans. Al centro. Decker. Le han hecho una falta muy dura y dispondrá de 2 tiros libres.
Bueno, les quedaba una falta para el bonus y habría sido mejor no cometer una de tiro.
Regalar tiros libres no es lo mejor, pero al menos han parado el reloj.
Y convierte el segundo. Esta acción les ha puesto por delante.
No sienta bien fallar tiros libres con el marcador tan apretado, pero al menos se han puesto por delante.
Freck con el balón. Le toca defender a Hill. Peyton. Falló.
Buen trabajo defendiendo ese tiro.
Logró acercarse, pero no pudo anotar.
Convierte.
Es uno de los mejores cuando se trata de dar pases adelantados.
Rossier. Oh, no ha podido forzar la prórroga.
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
Hi, got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Yvette's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
What a pleasure to finally meet the Queen Mother of this young, talented man, even if only by telephone.
That's sweet. Hang on, Frequency. Here comes your father.
All right.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well.
How you doing,
Daddy.
Mr.
Hey,
P?
Bobs.
I'm doing good.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do this. We all know why we're here. This meeting is strictly confidential, 100%.
We met working at the post office together.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select
Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky.
With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select
D'Angelo Russell
from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select
Jalil Okafor from Duke University.
With the fourth pick in the NBA draft, the New York Knicks select
Kristaps Porzingis
from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select
Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia.
With the sixth pick in the NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select
Willie Cauley-Stein from the University of Kentucky.
With the seventh pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select
Emmanuel Mudiay
from Dallas, Texas. With the eighth pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select
Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona.
With the ninth pick in the NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select
Frank Kaminsky
from the University of Wisconsin. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat select
Justice Winslow from Duke University.
With the 11th pick in the NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select
Miles Turner from the University of Texas.
With the 12th pick in the NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select
Trey Lyles.
With the 13th pick in the NBA draft, the Phoenix Suns select the shooting guard from the University of Louisville.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibration. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Miles.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, It's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
A look at the east over downtown Phoenix, Arizona, still glowing in the evening twilight. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Ready to go? And this matchup with the Mavericks is the first game of the NBA's regular season. A season ago, Clark... NBA appearance from Freak.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
On the court for the Mavericks, Chandler Parsons out there with Powell. Then there's Felton. Then there's J.J. Barea. And it's McGee in at the 5. With the teardrop, there's the bucket. Good. Felton's got his first 2 points of the night. And for Raymond Felton, last year was nothing short of a disaster. Missed the first 31 games with an ankle injury sustained in preseason. And he played for a poor team. And things, you know, Greg, being the lead of the ball handler like you were, they just never got much better for Felton as the season went on.
Yeah, the problem when you have that issue early on, the season isn't going to wait for you. Right. You know, you're basically in catch-up mode, and so because of that, he never got into any kind of a rhythm when he was available to play. And that's not surprising, given that he averaged less than 10 minutes a game for the season.
So the Mavericks will go for a different look here. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Mavericks trail by 6. On the court for the Mavericks, Williams is out there with Felton. Then there's Pachulia. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Matthews in at the 3 spot. Williams kicks to Pachulia. Good. The nice assist for Williams. Pachulia's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And, you know, getting back to Raymond Felton, it looked at one point like he would become the league's next great playmaker, drafted 5th overall in 2005, immediately after Darren Williams and Chris Paul. Felton never quite reached the stratosphere of his fellow draft mates.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And one last stop.
And there you have it, folks. The very first NBA bucket from Freak.
And a scrappy one, but he'll take it. It doesn't matter how you get those first points in the NBA. It just matters that you get them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there will be plenty of chances to create spectacular highlights in the years to come for this young man. But right now, he just wants those first points.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid in anything when it comes to basketball. Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Here's Felton, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Freak.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Booker, he's checked in for Phoenix. Price comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late game losses. Greg buzzer beat.
Yeah, it's sad if you're a Phoenix fan. How many times this team lost at the buzzer? Just close games in general. Of their 42 losses, how about 18 were by 5 points or less?
Count that one. Here's Price. Freak with it. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Freak's got 7 points here in this quarter. Mavericks trail by 5. Now Williams. There's the screen. In the corner, it's Felton. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Freak from deep three-point range. Rebound by Raymond Felton.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Nowitzki a screen. Price against Felton. Matthews, no one around him. No good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And it's Freak missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
In the corner, it's Felton. Got a hand on it. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. P.J. Tucker, so we've reached the end. The second half just about to get going here. So we see the Mavericks get the win here.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille. Dirk Nowitzki. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
He deserves a ton of credit on how many areas of the game he impacted tonight. His defense was superb. Offensively, he was ready to shoot the basketball. However you slice it, he was lighting it up at one end of the court and shutting them down on the other.
That must be...
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal.
Steph Curry and the Warriors next game. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. You know they'll be running and gunning. And Steph's going to do 2 or 3 things that make you want to stop and stare. But we can't let that distract us. Because if we lose focus for even a second, they'll be up 20. So maybe it's up to me to put on a little show of my own.
A look at the east over downtown Phoenix, Arizona, still glowing in the evening twilight. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. State, Iguodala comes in for Barnes. Warriors leading by 3. Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of the year.
Yeah, it was a 3-team race. And after coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge early. As you said, Kevin, they simply couldn't keep things going in the second half of the season.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. Green is out there with Maurice Spates, and it's Curry in at the 1. That's good.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
The screen from Thompson. Spates kicks to Curry. Launches it, and another 3 for Golden State.
You know, guys, the Suns went from the 8th seed to finishing 10th in the West. I mean, it would have been a tough task for them to stay in the race, particularly after all the trades. I mean, their team was in transition. That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And when you shake up a roster, as the Suns did last year, it's hard to keep pace. They ended 6 games back of that final playoff spot, but that all happened after they decided to shake things up.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Tucker dishes to Lewis. 1:02 left to play in the first. Here's Freak. And again, it's the Suns missing.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And Thompson kicks to Spates. They set the screen. Golden State moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Thompson passes to Spates. On its way from Curry for 2. And the Warriors get it back. Tries it again. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
From deep. Kept alive. Chandler. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, Kevin. I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Warriors lead by 9. And back. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stats.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. Suns trail by 17. And sometimes it feels like Brandon Knight is the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA. The poor guy just doesn't get much respect.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Through the end of last season, he'd already been on 3 teams in 5 years. On one hand, it may be disrespectful, but teams recognize his ability, too.
Freak, he's in at shooting guard. Chandler out there with John Lure. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Knight in at the 1. That's who's out there for Phoenix. There's Freak. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Freak's got 5 points so far.
Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
And on the topic of Brandon Knight, you have to wonder why he's been traded around so much. I mean, it wasn't due to a slow start because he made the All-NBA rookie first team. He's smart, has a strong work ethic, proved himself to be a clutch shooter in college, the kind of guy you normally wouldn't think about dealing for someone else.
And it's Freak missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first. You know, talking about Brandon Knight, part of the reason he's been traded so often is because teams are offering great prospects in return. Detroit dealt him for Brandon Jennings, and Milwaukee dealt him for Michael Carter-Williams.
Just 4 to shoot. And it's Freak missing.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
They set the pick. Freak. The long distance three is buried. Freak's got 5 points now this quarter.
Talk about confidence to pull up from out there. And what skill to knock it down. That's major league there, folks.
Yeah, no doubt about his toes on that one. He was way back.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 10 points and 7 assists. He's knocking down threes as a...
Some changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes, and it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Livingston is out there with Steph Curry. And it's Spates in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Curry dishes to Spates. Pulls it from the elbow. Curry can't get it to go.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Thinking too much.
Freak. They get it back. We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. From deep three-point range, Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Suns trail by 19. Now, Freak. He's got 8. From deep three-point range. Look at that shot! How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh! Knight against Curry. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
And Curry and his turnovers last.
Some changes for Phoenix. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Chandler. Goodwin comes in for Warren, and Freak subbed in for Knight. Then for the Warriors, Barnes, he's checked in for Draymond Green, and it's Thompson in for Curry. Freak in at point guard. E.J. Tucker is out there with Booker. Then it's John Lure, and it's Goodwin in at the 2 guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Freak. It's rebounded by Golden State. Bogut's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And, you know, Curry knew turnovers were a problem. How about his mom even instituted a fine on him? And so anytime he has more than 3 in a game, he owes his mom $100 per turnover.
And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Booker. And then for Golden State, Varejao comes in for Andrew Bogut. And Spates subbed in for Andre Iguodala.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And asserting themselves right from the start, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two clubs. They've got to feel good getting the upper hand tonight against the Suns.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Stephen Curry. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon.
Thompson. And the shot is long. Here is Livingston. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what?
Yes, Kevin, here with Andre Iguodala. And what's the key for you guys?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot. Is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille